Here with Endicott football head coach getting ready to preview this weekend's matchup against Salve Regina. Coach, before we talk about that, just talk about last weekend's game against Western New England.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought game. Unfortunately, we came up on the short end of the stick there, and I think the first half played out how we wanted. And, it was a wet, windy kind of day, and it wasn't great for either offense. And we marched down, 16-play drive. Unfortunately, came away with no points. And really controlled the tempo going through field position. Special teams was going very strong in our favor. Brett Fox was doing a great job with his punt placement. Our defense was getting stops. Everything was playing out how we had intended. We punched it in late in the second quarter, took a 7-0 lead. And then unfortunately, a couple of the special teams that had been playing well, 2 negative plays. It really hurt us right before half and kind of neutralized the game, 7-7. And then unfortunately in the second half, give them credit. They made a couple plays and we didn't capitalize on a couple. And it was a hard-fought game, a game that probably could have went either way. And unfortunately, we came up on the short end. But we're never gonna be okay with just playing close games. That was 2 undefeated teams in conference play at that time going at it. We felt like we had enough opportunities and plays that we could have made, and no excuses we didn't. So. Now we got to reload for a very good Salve team this week that's coming in undefeated as well, and obviously their eyes are on winning the conference as well as us, and we know it's going to be a big game for both teams.
Coach, just talk about that matchup a little bit and maybe what Salve Regina does effectively on their end.
Yeah, coming in, they're very similar to Western New England in a lot of ways, in the sense they're both high-scoring offenses that like to run the ball, that'll then set up play action off of it. And defense, they're aggressive, they're attacking. They come in with the most sacks in the conference, Endicott second. So we're used to going against our attacking style defense, and I know Salve defensively, they're going to pressure, they're going to blitz, they stunt, they move their D-line on every single play, and they're good at it. Pass protection is going to be premium. We unfortunately gave up a couple plays last week on our own mistakes. Miscommunication on a couple of our protections. We got to make sure that can't happen this week. And really, it's going to come down to how our O-line matches up. At the line of scrimmage, quarterbacks smart with their protection calls, delivering the ball in the passing game when they need to. And I really think the run game's got to be a little more effective than it was last week. So those 3 phases on our side of the ball will help us. On defense, we're going against 2 of the better running backs in the conference. The theme for both Western New England and for Salve is we're playing junior and senior laden teams. So Salve has a senior quarterback that's solid. They have 2 running backs that they feed the ball to a lot. A big senior offensive line group that is used to kind of establish line of scrimmage. So on the other side of it, our defense is going to have to step up and win the line of scrimmage. Kind of slow down the run game, and then obviously prevent the big plays that we gave up to them last year. That being said, I think you throw the records out of the book. This is on their end and our end. It's a big game for both teams, and I know they're going to come in focused and excited, ready to play us.
Coach, obviously, obvious that you talk about 3 phases of the game each week, but last week, just to shine a little bit more on what happened with special teams and especially Brett Fox, 5 punts inside the 20. Just talk about how special teams and maybe the blocking game really plays a big factor into this Saturday's game.
Yeah, and like I said, we always try to we're always finding different aspects for us to win the special teams advantage, and like I said, we were for the most part all last week. That was the reason we had the great field position throughout the first half. Defense was playing lights out. They were stopping the run. They were getting off the field. Offensively, we were possessing it. I think we were plus 3 or 4 minutes time of possession in the first half. Minus the 1 or 2 opportunities early where we didn't necessarily put points on the board, and then we capitalized with a good punt return, short field. We punched it in 7-0. The special teams really complimented. Brett was doing a good job placing the ball, and especially in the wet weather, we were winning the field position, which is where you want to be. And then unfortunately, right before half, obviously no one intended to do it, but we had a couple missed assignments that led to 2 special team blunders that didn't go in our favor, and ultimately kind of balanced out and gave Western New England a short field right before half that they were able to capitalize on. So I think the second half was more neutral, back and forth. So we're going to have to make sure that in our return game, our kicking game, all aspects of our special teams are strong again, and we know that going against a good team, any good team, we do that every single week. So it's no different this week for Salve, but we want to be very, very good in special teams. We're putting a lot of our young guys and our upperclassmen. We're putting our best guys on special teams as well as we will on offense and defense. And there's no doubt we don't want to just, like I said. We're not into this just to play close games and all that. We're going to win games, and to do that, you got to be strong in special teams just as much as offense and defense.
All right, thank you, Coach, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you.